What up, suckerfish? I'm gonna come at you today with a little bit something. What's the problem with everybody and crossbows? Man, I don't get it. What's the big problem? What are you gonna try to say they're gay? Can you say that? I don't know. What are you trying to say? They don't that you don't hunt just as hard with them. That you don't sit in the same tree that you would with a compound bow. That you don't have the same type of release mechanism that you do with a compound bow. Is the biggest gripe about them that you get to look through a scope of all things? What's the problem? You're there to kill an animal. You're there to hunt. You're there to use the best means necessary to do so. Right? I don't hear any fishermen complaining because their damn hooks are too sharp. You know? They went from a single hook to a treble hook. Okay. And it just gave you better odds at catching the fish, right? That crossbow just gives you better odds at hitting your target. Now, I love compound bow hunting. Don't get me wrong. But until I could shoot a compound bow and have killed some deer with it, the crossbow was my best friend. Still, I love my Raven crossbow. When it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, I'll take that Raven and I'll take my compound bow on some trips because I don't want to miss the opportunity to take that deer at 80 yards. And don't give me the, oh, you'll wound deer from longer range shot. Man, whatever. Whatever. My F-250 will wound a deer just by driving down the damn road. I don't want to hear that. But what's the big problem with crossbows versus compound bow? And why is it that the compound bow diehards want to hate on the crossbow so much and the people that shoot them? You know, hey, look, I love G-Man, Gerald Swindle. I'm from Walker County. He lives down there in Walker County. He's from my neck of the woods. Think he's an excellent guy, fisherman wise, hunting wise, but I'll be damned with that little crossbow thing that he put out, I don't know, a year or two ago. Um, I mean, it was just kind of ridiculous saying that ain't your mama would be proud. I mean, who cares, man? Come on. Everybody, everybody wants the next best thing, whether it's bass fishing, bow fishing, deer hunting, bow hunting, gun hunting. Everybody wants the next best thing. You know, don't think that I didn't peep that Oracle 2 on his bow. All right. I shoot a Matthews compound bow with an Oracle 2, just like he's got. And let me tell you something. That Oracle 2 takes all the guesswork out. It takes all the guesswork. All you're doing different than the crossbow is you drew it back instead of winding it back. That's the only difference. That Oracle 2 is as good as any scope that's on a crossbow. So don't go giving me that mess no more. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. You can't be hating on crossbows when you're shooting with a $600 Oracle 2 uh, 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 sight on your compound bow. And I know because I shoot the same thing, and it's night and day, and it takes guesswork out. And I'll range it, just for shits and giggles, but I don't have to. I don't have to. That Oracle 2 is uh is a premium sight. And let me tell you something, it's just as good as putting a scope on top of that crossbow. The only difference is you drew back instead of winding it back before the deer got there. Because let me tell you, your trigger's the same, your speed's the same, everything else is like you got to line that sight up just like you do with that little scope on that Raven. So I just don't understand the hate there. I don't understand the hate. Now, if you're old school and you shoot recurve, I could see where you'd have a problem with it, I guess, to an extent. It's still using the best tools out there available. But a recurve hunter could hate on a compound bow hunter, and could say, hey, anybody that shoots compound bows is a sissy. If you ain't out there with a recurve in your eyeball, don't come talk to me about hunting. If you ain't out there with black powder on your muzzle loader, don't talk to me about hunting, you know? And that's how it could be for everybody. But now y'all will cherish, y'all will welcome those pictures of those 10 points and those 12 points that were taken with that damn 223 or at 308 or at 30 alt, you know. But then you got these haters out there trolling crossbow guys and the people that use them for no reason. No reason whatsoever. I'm gonna tell you, I'll use a compound bow, I'll use a crossbow. You ain't gonna see me gun hunting. Um, I'll bow fish, you know, of course I'll bass fish, things like that. But I don't have a problem with anybody that uses any of it. Not one bit. And I bet your mama is proud. I bet that she's real damn proud that her son's in the outdoors and not getting hated on and ragged on by some celebrity fisherman, whom again I respect, but I do not respect that comment that he made. I don't respect that because there's a lot of kids out there, and hell, for that matter, there's a lot of grown men out there that didn't have the ability, maybe the technique, maybe just the go get them mentality, or maybe they just didn't have a father figure there to take them and show them these things. And the best way they know how to get out in the woods is with a crossbow. And I guarantee you their mama's proud. I know one thing I'd be proud for them. I'm tickled to death. I'm tickled to death when anybody gets an animal like that. Something that you've been hunting. You know, I could go on and on about this, but I'm just curious from you guys. You know, I mean, there's a few people that watches these videos, at least like 12 of you. But from you 12, maybe y'all can tell me what's everybody's problem with the crossbow hunter. You know, there shouldn't be a separate crossbow season. An arrow's an arrow, a release is a release, and a sight is a sight. You got all three with both of them. Like I said, only difference is you're drawing one back and then you're winding one back. You know, they're both fatal. I'm gonna tell you, that crossbow is more accurate. It's more it's more accurate, you know. So I don't understand what everybody's problem is with them. Maybe you guys can tell me what the problem is, because I just don't get it. I mean, I don't. I hear the arguments. I hear the people bashing the crossbow hunters. I hear the arguments a lot, but I just don't get it. You know, honestly, you sound lame when you do that. I don't. You know, you want to go out there and shoot your best shot for the manufacturer that you use, go for it by all means. I can tell you right now, I shoot a Matthews compound, I shoot a Raven crossbow, and I shoot that RPM Striker 2 or an RPM Nitro on bow fishing. But I've shot Cajun for a few years. Cajun's good. You know, it's all what you want. It's just, it's a matter of what feels the most comfortable to you while you're in the tree. Hell, there's some people that just don't, that they're not comfortable in a tree. It's way easier for them to hold something like this and fire than it is to try to go, you know, fiddling with a compound bow. And don't tell me that they don't deserve the right to be in that tree during bow season, because they do. They deserve that right. And hell, half of these people that I hear about, they'll bash them for shooting them on their own land. It's like, hell, I'll kill a deer by any means necessary if I decide to. I'll jump down out of the tree with a damn knife, probably get my ass kicked, but it'd be fun, at least for a minute. I'd probably try it on a doe first. I don't think I'd be going in there and attacking none of them bucks. Maybe a little one, you know, maybe a little one. I've considered it a time or two. I'm sure most of you have. I wonder what that sumbitch would do if I just dropped down on it real quick. But anyway, my point here is quit with the hate, man. You know, quit with the hate about the crossbows. They ain't hurting you. They ain't hurting you at all. They ain't hurting you. They ain't hurting. The only thing they might be hurting is the revenue from Hoyt or Matthews or one of these big manufacturers that don't make crossbows. You know, because if you want a good crossbow, you're going to go to a 10 point, or you're going to go to a Raven, or you're going to go to somebody along those lines, you know. And I mean, I don't know if the big compound bow manufacturers make crossbows or not. If they do, then I guess I'm unfamiliar with it. But my point is, don't hate on the crossbow hunter. Don't hate on them because they're killing bigger deer than you are. And that's probably your main reason for hate, is that they're killing bigger deer than you are. So anyway, look here, suckerfish. Y'all let me know. Let me know. Leave a comment. Just throw your opinion out there, man. Why all the hate? I don't even think this is a compound versus crossbow deal. This is just, why do people hate the damn crossbow hunters? All right, suckerfish.